Hello and welcome to my Voices Have Tourettes, and that's why we have social media. My name is Dan Zarin. Let's get started here. So today's episode is brought to you by Gamesless Studio, which is we are actually finally back and recording in Gamesless Studio, and we will be talking about that. We're also this episode is also brought to you by The Secret Cellar, Iceland's first and only comedy club. And finally, Smári's volcano sauces, the best hot sauces that I've ever had in my life. Highly recommend them. And if you are in the US right now, you can actually order them now. They are available to purchase online to the States. Just go to smárisvolcanosauce.com. If you can figure out how to spell that, go to that website. Otherwise, you can look at our pages and cheat. Other than that, I am joined today by two amazing people. A guy who has never been on the show at all, Thódhallur Thódhallsson.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Definitely your first time joining the podcast.
This is the first time I've ever just spoke. I've never spoken before.
You've never spoken? You've never even said a word?
No, this is the first time.
You're still in your mom's womb.
Yes, this is so weird.
This is the most exclusive interview that we could possibly do. We are interviewing someone, they're not even born yet, but we've got them. And already with mental health issues. I wish you the very best on that. And also joining us from Scotland, we have Hannah Probably.
Hello, everybody.
Hannah, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How's everybody doing?
We are fantastic.
It's funny, I'm living in Scotland, but I'm speaking with an American accent. What is that?
It's slightly British. I mean,
I don't know what I was going with. I don't know.
it's kind of like you're going for the Bramerican.
Bramerican, that's it. Bramerican.
Which not to be confused with the Bromerican. That's a very different accent. Yeah. Bromerican is kind of like the surfer twang. Like when you imagine someone being like, yeah, bro, this is totally radical, dude.
Yeah.
That's the Bramerican, yeah. Bro, what's up, bro?
Yeah, what up, bro?
I can totally pull this off, bro.
Yeah. You know, it's getting so Bromerican when they start like referring to you as an article of clothing, when they're just like, yo, bro, what's up, man? Hey, I always wondered when they're just gonna like quit pretending and just be like, yo, strapless, what's up, man? but yeah, so the world has been kind of crazy lately. I think.
What?
Tell me about it.
What's going on?
What's been going on? Well, funny enough, what Ronald Reagan is president again.
What?
No,
where have I been?
Right? No, but with COVID, I mean, things have been pretty crazy. Iceland is back in a lockdown.
Yeah.
And they're actually,
God, yeah.
Yeah, and they're actually saying that they might keep businesses closed down now until they get a vaccine.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
How is it over in Scotland?
Well, in Scotland, it's not too bad, but in England, they're imposing a huge lockdown now, so no one can get in and out of England, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, but in Scotland, it's not as bad as it is in England. So
I was really hoping she was going to be like, in Scotland, it's just a party. We're just out being jolly, having our pints, knocking back a few.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll just have some beer and some scotch.
Is everything open? Like, is everything open? Like the bars and restaurants? And...
yeah, the bars are open. It's funny because it's quite chilly. Me and my dad were driving past this pub the other day, and we saw a couple sitting outside having a pint of beer, and we're like, those are the real drinkers. The ones that sit outside in the cold drinking a pint of beer.
Yeah. I find it funny when you see people with the masks on that are constantly taking it off to drink a little bit of their beer, and then they put the mask back on while they're like swallowing the beer.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, God. I'm kind of thirsty again. Oh, whoa.
I actually had I'm about these masks. I think I really think people should be careful about using these masks, because it is better for everyone that people use these masks properly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not trying to be telling people off, but and I saw a picture on Facebook that describes it accurately how you should use these masks. It should be over your nose, because if it's not over your nose, it's like having a condom on your balls and not on your penis.
Well, that's true. I've heard it described as chin diaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It looks like a chin diaper.
I saw someone, he was walking past me now and then, and he just had the face mask on his mouth and not on his nose. And I so wanted to go up to him and describe this picture to him and just be like, excuse me, it's like you're having a condom on your balls and not your penis.
Hey,
Then I wondered, do you think that will creep him out? Just go up to a stranger like, you have a condom on your balls and not your penis.
Yeah, you could get arrested, so don't do that.
Yeah, probably. I probably shouldn't, should I?
Or maybe he'd just be like, okay, you have definitely been drinking. Where have you been drinking? I need to go there.
Yeah, exactly. They have the best booze where I've been.
But actually, that leads to an interesting point that we haven't discussed yet on this podcast, and that is the masks. Because one of the fascinating things that I've noticed as a person with Tourette syndrome is that I've actually tried several masks, and there's only one kind that I've found that I can actually wear, because my facial tics will constantly be pushing the mask upward, even with the wire pinched.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I found that there's only one. And I would actually love to give the store that sells them a shout out. But I'm not sure if they're open now because of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. It's the something cat, Kutteren, the gray cat.
Okay.
What's it?
Yeah, I think so. It's the one on it's not like technically Legeveger, but it's like down on Østersreite.
Well, that's a coffee shop.
Is it Gullikasteren? Gullikasteren.
I'll say it. I'm Icelandic. Gilti kötturinn.
Yeah.
Which means the golden cat.
Yeah.
The golden cat.
Yeah, but the funny.
I can't believe I didn't remember that. It's one of my sister's favorite shops.
But the thing that's weird about that one is that they've even been they were promoting the fact that someone was saying that don't these actually not actually prevent you from getting COVID, and they're just like, no, that's not what they're used for.
Yeah.
It's to and I forget how they worded it, but it was just so funny that they were basically saying that these aren't really the best masks, and I'm like, oh, great. So the one that actually works for me isn't even the best mask.
So if anybody has actually been here in Iceland and been on the main street, this is the store that has the cat in it.
Yeah.
There's actually there's a cat that just lives in that store. Basically, it doesn't really live there, but it is there the whole day.
It's the downtown cats.
Yes, the downtown
There's
cat.
Bacchus and there's Pukki.
Yeah.
Which is basically there's the god of wine and there's demon.
Yeah. That's the downtown cats.
But
there are the downtown cats, you get to know them. It's like Katrin tells me about the cats that follow her home from downtown.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Katrin is my sister who lives with Dan.
Yeah.
And Thorallur.
Yeah. She has many friends that are of the cat species.
We were walking the other night on Halloween. We were walking outside, and she just saw a cat and went to pick it up, and the cat just jumped in her arms.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like they'd been friends for 10 years.
It's okay. I know that cat. I'm like, okay.
I mean, she's called Cat, so you think, cats,
It's kind
it's
of
like them. It's meant to be,
Yeah, it's kind of like she saw the cat and was. It was like after a long time, it was just like, Tom, and the cat's just like, Jerry. It's been so long. Where have you been?
Well, as soon as we started talking about cats, I can hear a dog. Is there a dog where you are?
Yes, there's a dog where I am.
Yeah, he's like,
there's a puppy in my room.
He's like, stop talking about cats.
Yeah, because my dad's working. My mum's not here, so I have to take care of the puppy and make sure she stays quiet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's my job at the moment.
But I wanted to get back to the topic of masks, though, because I think it actually is kind of interesting because, because everyone's scared. there's a lot of, if you see someone who's not wearing a mask, there's a lot of anger that goes toward it. People get very angry toward people not wearing their masks. One thing that is kind of worth bringing up, though, is that there are people that have breathing problems wearing the mask. There are people with Tourette syndrome who have problems with ticks. They can't find masks that work for them. And I'm wondering if you guys have heard of other issues that people have had with the masks.
I mean, it sounds like a silly problem, but I have problem because I have glasses now, and my glasses get all steamed up so it's hard to see through the glasses. It's a silly problem in comparison to some other breathing problems and stuff like that. But that's a problem for me and other people that have glasses.
Well, it is kind of a funny one, though, if you think about it, because it's just like, what's the problem that you're having? Oh, my face is pushing my mask off. Oh, what's the problem you're having? I can't breathe. Well, that's a serious one. What about you? I can't see. Okay, come on, that's not that big of a deal. We all can't see.
Yeah, but it's worth it, I guess, wearing the masks,
Yeah, and it's to be fair, it's better to be able to breathe and to breathe safely than to just have to unfog your glasses every once in a while.
Exactly. You just have to push your glasses, keep your glasses in the right position.
Right. But there's also with COVID, though, there was a study done here in Iceland. I think it's also been done in the States that Thodal and I were talking about this in the last episode. There's actually like a specific kind of fatigue now that people are having because the lockdowns have been going on for so long that people are like their mental health is starting to be affected by the lockdowns. Now, of course, in Scotland, you were saying it's not as closed down, but have you noticed anyone's been having that fatigue issue now?
I don't know. I think people are struggling with, I really don't know. I think people are struggling with not being able to go where they want all the time, and
right.
But things are much better than they were. So things have improved,
Yeah.
But before that, people were just going stir crazy. Again, the general rule is, it's stay home, save lives, protect the NHS. That's the rule.
Yeah.
NHS, for those who don't know, is the National Health Service.
I just imagine that the nature is probably really happy with COVID. I was thinking about this because if you think about how many people are just not going out, nature is just probably like, COVID, where have you been this whole time?
Thank you so much.
They have been fucking up my planet for the whole goddamn time, and now you come along and they're gone. They're gone. Can this just last forever?
Nope. Exactly. But it's like we watch. When I get out of bed in the morning, I come downstairs when I'm staying with my parents, mm-hmm. I come downstairs and they're watching the news, and and every time they're talking about COVID, and I think people are just getting a bit stir crazy and fed up with hearing about COVID, and
oh yeah, well that's just, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, just they're just a bit fed up with it,
Well, that's kind of the thing is that it's just been going on for so long now that I think people are just adjusting to it. And when someone's like, "Oh, we've got a cure," I'll believe it when I see it, buddy.
Yeah. Also, I think there might be another lockdown here in Scotland soon.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, because there's been an increase in infections and deaths.
Yeah, that's been happening here as well.
Yeah, so we're thinking it's bound to come another lockdown very soon, like in England, which is scary.
Yeah, has the COVID or the lockdowns or any aspects of it, has it affected your schizophrenia at all?
Yeah, because I haven't been able to hang out with other people really. Right. It's just. So, when I meet other people, it keeps me distracted. And, I need to get out of the house
Yeah, to be fair, Frank is not the nicest guy to be around all the time.
Exactly. Frank sucks. So I need to get out of the house and to be around other people, even though I'm not speaking to those other people, like going to the shops just to buy food. Just being
to get
around
out for
other
a little
people
bit.
like that, yeah, and be able to ignore Frank for a little while. It's just that. It's just relief.
Yeah. I hear that. I mean, it's like Thodeller's been saying that he's just been going crazy being locked in.
Yeah.
Which is wild because you would think this would be like an introvert's dream.
I mean, this started out really like, this is no big deal. Like, I'm like, stay at home, not talk to people. Sign me up.
Because we were all in quarantine because a few months back because I had it, my mum had it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we both had COVID.
Yeah, we
all had to be in quarantine. You know, me, my mum, my dad. Yeah. I was happy that I was here when I got it because me and my mum got it at the same time. And I was happy I was here when I got it because I would have been alone in my apartment when I got it, and that would have sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a little bit of a scare here as well because I was, Thodeller and I were around someone who ended up testing positive.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so just to be safe while we were waiting for the COVID task force here to get back to us, let us know what we should do. We just decided to quarantine in the apartment until we heard back.
Yeah.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. The weird thing is though, like the weirdest thing, because what happens is when you're around someone with COVID, you contact the task force, you tell them where you were, you tell them what happened, and then they got back to me and they were just like, all right, so what happened? And I was like, well, I was around this person. And they were like, were you around them for longer than 10 minutes at a time in close contact? And I was like, no. And they're like, okay, you should be fine. But if you get any symptoms, just let us know. And I'm like, that's it? The bars and clubs are closed down for this?
After all that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in no way one of the COVID deniers. I'm not one of them. It's obviously a thing and it's obviously something we should be worried about, but it's just when I got that response, I was just like, okay. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of seems like we're getting mixed messages sometimes. Like, oh, this is not okay, but this is okay. But okay, why? Like, you can't go to just a bar, but if that bar sells hamburgers, that's okay.
And when you have anxiety and panic disorder too, it's just like, you should be fine. What do you mean should be?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really what Thorad just said. That's you can go to a pub if it serves food.
Yeah,
but you can't go to a pub if it just serves alcohol.
Yeah,
how does that make sense?
I loved there was a meme that was a picture of someone eating a burger. And it was like, COVID is fine with that. And then it showed the exact same picture and they're also holding a beer. And it was just like, nope, COVID's got to take you.
Not allowed.
Right.
No booze for you.
Yeah. But I wanted to kind of change the topic here a little bit because another thing with mental health that hasn't really been talked about a lot. We haven't talked about on this podcast really is social media, because social media, and part of the reason I wanted to talk about it is because Thodeller finally talked me into getting TikTok. I like this whole time I was just like, I don't know. And then I thought about the fact that realistically, if you're in entertainment, you should be on every social media platform. It doesn't matter what it is, you should be on it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll try it out. And obviously I'm addicted to it. But
yeah, that's what I told him. Like, oh, you're going to try it and you're going to get addicted. He was like, nah, I'm too old.
But the thing is, I mean, there are the obvious, effects of social media when it comes to anxiety and when it comes to depression. They're like people that are like have anxiety thinking no one likes them, and then they're not getting likes on any of their posts. So that kind of those thoughts increase and increase. And then you get the anxiety of waiting for those likes. I mean, like with you, what do you guys think on this topic? I mean, as much as I love social media, it is kind of a really horrible thing for mental health.
I mean, did you guys see the documentary Social Dilemma?
No.
Yeah. I mean, like the guy that invented the like button, talking to the guy that invented the like, and he was like. Right. No, he was talking about like that. I say like a lot. I'm just figuring that out right now. That he invented that just to make people feel better. Like you get a like from somebody.
Right.
But like, but he didn't think about is now people are like, why I'm not getting the likes and that like. Increases your anxiety because you're not getting the likes.
Yeah, it is kind of funny you said that, and I instantly started hearing the word "like" in all the different accents from America. like like there's the Valley girl that's just like totally like, oh my god, like yeah. But there's also like the slightly southern one that's like you get like all these things and like I'm not really sure like what it really is like, but.
I just realized I say like too much. That's
well, I mean, it is kind of just like a thing that like happens like now.
Yeah, like
I mean, it's like crazy.
Yeah,
that is wild though. That is true. Like a lot of things that people do, they do them to make people feel better about themselves, but they don't think about the repercussions.
No,
I mean, it's like. It's like one thing that as a person with massive anxiety, I'm terrified of robots. I'm terrified of them. Look, I have seen.
You don't like them?
No, I thumbs down. I have angry emoji, sad emoji, all of them.
Angry emoji.
I've seen the Terminator movies, and I realize, like, especially after watching Terminator Genesis, we are in that world now. Like everything is connected, and it's like no. But the funny thing is, it's like no matter how much we show in movies how robots could be dangerous, there's always that one human that's just like, yeah, but robots. I mean, but robots, dude. Like robots.
They're cool.
They're cool. And no one ever thinks about the fact that robots will make life better. And it's just like the like thing will make people feel better. But then you get the adverse effect of that where people are either terrified of not getting enough of them or they're terrified of the robots, crushing them into little bits.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of psychology around the now you have more options. You have the like, you have the laugh emoji, the angry emoji. Sometimes I do like put something on Facebook and it's supposed to be funny. And I get like 30 laugh emojis. And then one guy just does the like. I'm like, why do you hate me?
Like you just like it? You don't find it funny?
Yeah. Just don't give me the like. I want to have the perfect like score of laugh emojis. And then one like. I was like, you ruined the thing.
Have you ever accidentally put the wrong emoji for something?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's like my grandma died and you put a laugh emoji.
Yeah, that happened to me once. What happened was, so I was online and I saw a post and I meant to do the crying emoji, but it's right next to the laughing emoji. So I accidentally did the laughing one and then the internet cut out. So I couldn't change it.
Oh, God.
For like 15 minutes.
Oh, no.
And finally the internet gets back on and I realized I had to explain to 30 pissed off people why I was laughing at someone's grandmother dying.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I was just like, it was an accident. How is that an accident, Dan?
Oh, no.
I actually contacted a friend of ours, Bjarni Gautur.
Yeah.
Because he always does just this thumb. And I was like, why are you doing this to me, man? He was like, what? I was like, everybody gave me a laugh emoji. And then you come with your thumb and you ruined it. He was just laughing his ass off. I was like, stop doing this. You're ruining my day.
I thought you were going to say he just responded with a thumbs up.
Oh, he did.
Well, I mean, more people are using social media these days, especially now during COVID. It's because everyone's bored as F.
Yeah, I know.
And also, since we can't, talk to each other face to face, that's how people are going to contact each other.
Yeah,
it's the only way. It's like
it is the only thing we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's also my friends, they've like moved all to different countries, and how else am I going to contact them except through social media?
Exactly. I mean, and the thing though that I realized is kind of funny though. It's like when we post, like when we talk about anxiety on this podcast, and then we post an episode, and we're just like my voices have Tourette's. Here's the next episode. I'm too anxious for a title, or whatever we do. And then we put it on social media, and then I sit there with so much anxiety going, please like it, please like it, please like it, please like it. And it's literally all about this aspect of it and trying not to let it bug us. Yeah. And then we're just like, please like it, please like it, please like it.
Like and follow, please.
Please subscribe. Remember to subscribe and leave us a 1-star review. No, not a 1-star review. Damn it, no.
But what I do like now is you can like face to face. You can video call, and I've talked about on this podcast that I have troubles with answering the phone.
You do.
I just don't answer the phone, and talking on the phone it drains me. I can't explain. I'm just like it sucks out all my energy. So I really don't like talking on the phone. But I figured out that FaceTiming, video calling, a lot easier.
Because not only do you see who you're talking to, but you see the person.
Yeah. So like my mom, she's been she didn't like the fact that I don't use the phone. She's always like, I never hear from you, and you never answer the phone. But now we're constantly, because now she knows how to do the video chat.
Why are you pointing to the empty chair next to you?
No, my phone is here. My phone is there.
You're just like constantly pointing this. I'm like, Thodolur, there's no one there.
No, my phone was on the chair.
Do you have something else we should discuss? I mean, because you've always joked about the fact that you only have anxiety.
My mom is here sitting next to me. Don't you see her?
I can tell you, Dan, schizophrenia is no joke.
This is true. Wow, you do joke about it, but that is true.
I joke about it, but that's me. I'm allowed to joke about it. I've got special permission from the schizophrenia god.
Yeah, do you have like a paper
which doesn't exist?
No,
yeah. I like how I have the Tourette card. Like if someone's just like, that's so inappropriate, I just pull the Tourette card, and they're just like, oh, okay. Thodolur's just like, I've got anxiety, so do I.
Yeah. Oh no, I lost my anxiety card. Where's my anxiety card? Where's my anxiety card?
That should be a bit. Yeah, that should be a bit. The Tourette card and the anxiety card. No, I lost the anxiety card.
Where's my anxiety card? Where's my anxiety card?
It's like that joke I came up with. How many people with anxiety does it take to change a light bulb? What's wrong with the light bulb? Is there something wrong with the light bulb? Is it broken? Do I have to fix it? Is it cracked? Do I need to go buy a new one? What's wrong? Wait, what happens if I fall off the ladder? Is that going to happen?
Do you have to call somebody? Is it expensive? I don't have any money.
But you were saying about your mother.
Yeah, so now we do talk more often. And she's 71 or 2, so she has to be really like isolated right now. She can't really go out or get people over because she's older, so she's kind of in a risk, at more risk.
Out of curiosity, though, how are you okay with this right now? Because she's not on video.
I can see you.
You can see me, and there just happens to be another voice in the headphones.
Yeah. Yeah, so that makes more sense to me. No, yeah. It's like I have mini schizophrenia.
Mini schizophrenia.
Yeah. I just hear the one voice.
I like how Hannah was silent, and then you said mini schizophrenia, and she goes, "Ooh, that's my turn, my cue to join in this."
I think she was just waiting. Is he going to say something offensive?
Well, mini schizophrenia is an interesting term, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, this is a question. We kind of briefly talked about this type of discussion in the last episode, but I do want to talk about this because I think it's kind of fascinating. It's the idea of like who's allowed to joke about things. I mean, because I was thinking about the fact that
nobody about anything,
right? Like I have Tourette syndrome, so it's okay for me to joke about Tourette syndrome. Hannah has schizophrenia, so it's okay for her to joke about schizophrenia. It's anyway. So no, but
I'm just a white male.
But the thing is, someone was asking me this recently, and I thought it was a good point. It's like, if someone someone's telling one of my jokes, but they don't have Tourette syndrome, is it okay? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, to be fair, my jokes aren't really repeatable unless it's me because they're based on my own personal experiences.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is true. Like when I had the joke about the fact that I had that one-liner joke, which was something like I wanted to beef up the security at my house, so I wanted to buy a turret gun, but they accidentally sent me a Tourette gun, and now I have a tick infestation. Yeah. And it's like that kind of thing. I remember like I was thinking about that joke, and I was like, well, I mean, if someone told that, like, I wouldn't be offended. First of all, I came up with the joke, but second of all, like, I wouldn't be offended by that. But it is true. Like,
I'm offended.
Is there? But
I'm offended then.
What do you think the line is before like it becomes inappropriate for someone who doesn't have the disorder?
I mean, the line is different for everyone. The line is different for everyone. So you can't. There's no rules that are just set in stone. There's no really guideline. It's all about just like, because it's a feeling. Oh, you offended me when you said that because of my experience with that.
Right.
Somebody else is like, but I have that problem and it doesn't offend me because I feel like this about that. So this is an impossible question to answer.
I agree. I agree with Thorotlir. There is no line really. Everyone has their own line, and it's hard to agree with everybody. So you just have to sort of find your own line that you yourself are comfortable with, and when you're doing your own bit, then you just have to be comfortable yourself. And if other people are uncomfortable, then they sort of have to find it in themselves to deal with it.
Yeah, because I was thinking about the fact that I once was like, I have a couple jokes that I've done on stage about tick attacks that I've had. Now, tick attacks, I mean, those are not funny. They really aren't. I mean, I have jokes about them, which I find humorous, but when it's actually happening, it really is. There is no humor about it at all.
The main funny thing is the word tick attack.
Yeah.
It sounds funny, but I am having a tick attack.
But the thing is that I've thought about the fact that, like, for me, tick attacks are scary. For other people, they're hospitalized. Yeah. I mean, people can be hospitalized for having tick attacks because they basically go into seizures. Yeah. And I was thinking about that one day because I was doing a joke about how I've noticed that for me, like, the tick attacks bring in a lot of ticks that I haven't had in a long time. And I was doing a joke about that. Those coming back. And as I was saying it on stage one night, I was thinking about someone else that has more severe tick attacks. And that actually could be offensive to them because of the fact that for them, it's more serious. Yeah. And I'm not saying that they're not serious. It's just for everyone has their own experiences with them. And I think it's okay to joke about your own experiences. Yeah. And as soon as you want to joke about someone else's experiences, you got to be careful because you don't understand what they're going through.
But like for me, I think sometimes the job of a comedian is to kind of dance on the line, find the line, which is kind of like what most people think the line is. And so it's kind of the job of a comedian to find the quote unquote line.
Well, I think because I was trying to think one day of, like, with PC culture and with like the jokes, the comedians that are edgy comedians and stuff that are always trying to attack like the sensitive subjects and stuff like that. I mean, there is one thing that I've noticed about them that people don't really talk about. Is they like the points that they talk about, whether you agree with them or not, it is a side of it. I mean, it is a side of it that maybe people aren't thinking about. And I think one of the reasons why they do it isn't necessarily to offend people, but to get them to think about that side so they can further understand the situation. I think that's although usually they're just a bunch of dickheads. I mean, let's get fucking real and just say that usually these comedians are just assholes.
I mean, I feel like more if somebody's starting out as a comedian, they think they have to cross the line always.
You don't.
No. The more experienced comedians can cross the line and make you think.
And PC comedians they are still comedians. You can talk about anything. There are comedians that can literally make a piece of toast funny.
Funny is funny.
Funny is funny. But I think like, because I think about this every once in a while because of our show and the nature of what we do and, you know, making jokes about our experiences and all of that stuff. We do it to spread the awareness and to spread the love. And we want people to know about the hard things that we're going through comedy, because comedy is what's helping us get past it.
Yeah.
And more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
And actually, well, kind of continuing on this topic, and also with social media and COVID and all of that stuff. Now, Thodotler, you've done some Zoom gigs.
Yeah.
And Hannah, I don't know if you've done it yet or you're about to send. Yeah, you're about to send in a video for a gig.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the like this virtual aspect now that people are doing the gigs online?
I think it's very good. You know, spread the laughter through these difficult times. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is just the reality. Today is virtual reality.
Yeah.
and change the platform, basically. That's what you have to do. You just have to adapt, if you wanna do what you enjoy doing, which is stand-up comedy
but now you can do it sitting down.
The platform on what you're doing.
But I've noticed though that I mean, I was helping Hannah with the video that she's submitting. I was getting, you know, the clip for her from the library that I have of all of our recordings.
So you're not going to do it live. You're just sending in a video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because initially she asked me like last year or something. Yeah. Initially I was supposed to come to Sweden and do the show live. But because of COVID, I can't go to Sweden.
Right.
And couldn't do it live, so she's asked me to send a video.
That's cool. Yeah.
And for her to play at the. She's doing a show basically on schizophrenia with different acts and like stand-up comedy and musical acts and stuff like that, based on about schizophrenia. Okay. So I'm really sending in my video.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. What I was going to say, that there seemed to be a certain level of anxiety with doing this though, because she was constantly going back and forth with me. She was like, Dan, should I cut out this joke? Because I mean, it's not about schizophrenia. Are they going to find it funny if it's not about schizophrenia?
Yeah.
I was just like, just leave it in there. You got to call back. She gets back to me later and she's like, Dan, I'm still worried about this joke.
You can't really overthink this. You just gotta go with it.
I'm using this moment to tell you, Hannah, it's a great joke. Keep it in.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, but it is a little bit different because I've done like people now here because there's no social gathering. So the all the companies here in Iceland, which is the main. Like this is the season for comedians in Iceland.
Yeah,
it's like around Christmas time, and all the companies they have their annual, festive going on, and they bring comedians in. Now, nothing is going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of workplaces here are now just doing like a Zoom meeting on a Friday. They're like, let's all meet on Zoom, and we're just drinking together. We're just hanging out online, and they bring in a doofus like me just to tell some jokes.
I just realized it's such a good thing they don't do them on Facebook Messenger, because imagine doing a gig and then just randomly some like a filter pops up on someone's screen with them wearing like a funny hat, and everyone just stops paying attention to you and they're just like, "Hey, funny hat, Jim! What the hell, Jim?" And then you're just like, should I go? No, stay. But hey, make fun of his hat. Make fun of his hat.
What I found out is this is a little bit different than stand-up comedy because you're like on a stage and you have the microphone and everybody's listening to you. Zoom gigs, you need to kind of approach it like it's a little bit of just like I am with you guys talking to you. So I was kind of like having a conversation with the people. Like, hey, okay, you have a. It's more like a crowd work thing.
Yeah.
But you do have your jokes, but you also have to kind of like just have a conversation with the people.
Because it doesn't really feel like a performance. It feels more like you're just kind of hanging out with your friends, telling them
But
your material.
But the thing is, none of them are your friends because you've never met them before.
When I heard that the first 3 minutes is basically just like introducing yourself. It's hard to get people to pay attention at the start.
Yeah. So it's a little bit weird, but this is what it's going to be, at least for the rest of this year and probably 2021 as well as a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and Hannah, because you said that the places are still open. Are there comedy clubs open in Scotland right now?
No, not currently.
Not currently. Okay.
That's one thing I know at the moment is that the comedy clubs are closed.
It's sad because this is of all the times we need our laughter right now. We need something helping us getting through this.
Yeah. Because Aberdeen was in lockdown not so long ago. It was in deep lockdown. Mm-hmm. So much so I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to visit my parents from my apartment. They invited me over for a weekend, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it out of town because they were saying you shouldn't leave town because it was in lockdown. So who knows? That might happen again,
Yeah. Well, I've got one more topic that I realized we have not gotten to yet. We were talking about in the beginning. I was like, we're going to talk about that later. Gamesless Studio. We are officially back in Gamesless Studio for the most part. So for the most part, what I mean by that is that Gamesless Studio is where we started recording the podcast. Yeah. And as well, where we've been using the mics from them and everything. I say them. It's me and $1. But basically, Gamesless Studio. So the joke of it, for those of you who don't know, we're basically in our apartment building in our storage space. Our storage room, because we realized that the storage room is just a room. It has a radiator and everything.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, big and cozy and
it's big and cozy. So we've been setting up, but the problem was because we were going through stuff and we realized that the room was getting messed up again. Yeah. And we were putting more stuff in here. So that's why we were recording somewhere else. Yeah. But that's where the joke of Gamesla comes from, because Gamesla is Icelandic for storage room.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So it sounded like it was a really fancy studio, Gamesla Studio.
No, it's just storage room. Storage room studio. And every time I've told an Icelander, I'm like, I'm starting up a studio. Oh, what's it called? Gamesla Studio? Dude, fuck off. What's it really called?
So really, it's in my Gamesla.
Yeah, and then they see it and they're just like, oh, this is actually a really nice space.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's going to be really nice, and we have the table set up. We have a TV. That when we get the camera set up again, we'll have a TV with Hannah on the big flat screen TV.
Oh, yeah. Okay, next time I'll have to brush my hair better and wear something nice.
Yeah,
but it's nice to get this back up and running. We're hoping to get a couple more mics, and then we're gonna have 4 people on the podcast, and then people can join us from
wherever,
Facebook Messenger or Skype or wherever. Yeah. This is just fantastic. But we are down to the end of the episode here. But Hannah, first of all, thanks for joining from Scotland.
Well, thanks for having me. I always love being in the podcast.
Yes, and we're gonna get you back soon. We can't keep you away for this long.
Yeah, I miss you guys.
We miss you too.
I love chatting with you guys. It's great.
Yeah, and $1, thanks as always for joining me here. I mean, you live so far away.
I know. It's kind of a little bit of a hassle for me, but I'll do it for you.
It's a little bit of it is funny though.
He's making the ultimate sacrifice.
Well, the funniest thing is that until today, we started recording all the episodes in $1's room because my room was a mess and the Gamesla was a mess, and $1 just had 2 lazy boy chairs, and we're like, let's just do it here. Yeah. And then there was one episode where you were just like, I had to go so far to get here. And I'm like, we're in your room.
We're in my bedroom. My bed is just next to me.
Yeah. But it is funny because Elva was talking about how the true crime podcast, they're always just like, oh, I'm in my closet right now. We're literally in our Gamesla. Yeah. But thank you, everyone, for listening to this. If you ever have any topics or questions you want us to discuss on the podcast, just send them over to us at info@mvhtshow.com. That's info@mvhtshow.com. Like My Voices Have Tourettes, we also have mvhtshow.com. So check out that website for more information. You can also find out more information about us on Facebook at My Voices Have Tourettes, Instagram at My Voices Have Tourettes, or our Twitter at MVHT Show. Or you can find Thodotler Thodotson on TikTok at Thodotler83 with a TH. And you can find me at Dan Zarin Comedy on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. I mean, it's social media. We're gonna
and if you need like a Zoom comedian, we are available.
Yeah, if you need Zoom comedy, we are available. Just message us. Actually, you can message us at booking at mvhtshow.com. We do have that for bookings. This episode has been brought to you by Gamesla Studio, The Secret Cellar, Iceland's first and only comedy club, and Smarty's Volcano Sauces. As we mentioned though before, we are trying to save up to get some more equipment. So if you would like to help us with that, check out our PayPal at paypal.me/mvhtshow. That's paypal.me/mvhtshow. Even if you don't want to help us out, but you're just like, hey, you know what? I kind of liked what you guys talked about in that episode. I'm going to give you 10 cents. Give us 10 cents. It's fine.
Or maybe you're just like, I have too much money.
I have too much money.
What should I do with it?
Maybe.
Yeah. Give it to us.
And if you don't want to give them money, just give it to me. Yeah.
Exactly. There's tons of places you can give it to, tons of people. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of the streaming services, as we mentioned earlier, please like and subscribe or follow or whatever the option is. And please, rate and review our podcast. If you really liked it, 5-star reviews are awesome. They are. But if you didn't like it, please give us a 1-star review. Honestly, really do that. Really give us a 1-star review and tell us what you don't like about the podcast so we can actually work on it and make it better for you so that everyone can like this podcast. Obviously, we're never going to get to a point where everyone likes it, but we can at least work on the things that people don't like. Other than that, thank you so much for listening, and check out new episodes every Tuesday.